weekly reading for the week starting the 22nd of August 2016. The first card I chose for you is the archetype card for this week. This is for both your general and your love reading. It's a combined reading. So the archetype covers both. And this one is the Sovereign. And this speaks about, this is the week to own your life. Take responsibility for your life. If things are not as you want them to be, take responsibility for the fact that that is how it is. In other words, what this does is it allows you to reclaim your power, your personal power. When you blame other people, circumstances in the world, the weather, the monetary conditions, whatever it is that one says, well, that's why my life is the way it is, you're giving away your personal power. When you take responsibility for the state of your life, that it is in the state it is, or you are unhappy with it the way it is, and you actually start doing something about it because you feel responsible for it, to a certain extent, sometimes outward circumstances definitely do affect us, but then you take back your personal power, and it makes an enormous difference to what happens next. So this week, try that and see how your life changes in very big ways. The universe is obviously egging us on this week, saying this is the attitude and the actions to take because you will reap the rewards for it. Your challenge this week is going to be that because you're now focused on what you don't have and what you have lost and what would make you happy but you don't have it, you're actually going to miss out on that opportunity that is being presented to you. This is the Four of Cups in the ordinary tarot deck, and this is someone looking at 3 empty cups or 3 spilled cups, and they're not aware of the fact that someone's handed them a full cup because they're completely focused on the fact that they're 3 empty cups. So it's that mindset where you're completely focused on what you don't have or what you've lost, and you don't realize this lovely, wonderful opportunity that's being offered to you. So keep that in mind this week, because we're obviously all going to get some kind of opportunity, but we need to be focused on potential of what could happen rather than what hasn't happened or lack. Then your opportunity this week, this little card speaks about small things eating away at you over time, and in the end they've actually made a huge hole, but because it's happened slowly over time, you're unaware of it. The opportunity this week is to clear up, clean up, and get rid of those little things that have been eating away at your mind. Those things you haven't done, those loose ends you haven't tied up, those chores, those tasks, all those little things that pile up on the back burner, and you don't get round to doing them, but they eat away at you constantly, even when you're not consciously aware of them. So this week, you will have the opportunity to clear a lot of those things off the back burner, so that that hole that's been eaten in you, metaphorically speaking, can be taken care of. Then we move on to the love reading. The first card comes up is called Religious Factors, and this is about, it's more about mindsets, it's about belief systems, it's about paradigms that have been put into place not by you, but by culture, by your peers, by your family, and you've actually never really thought about it, but they're stopping you from having the kind of relationships that you should be having. So this is for relationships you're already in, and for some of you, possibly there's someone new coming in. We'll see now in the next card what that's about. But because you have this mindset or this belief system that has been passed down to you, either from generation to generation, or from your parents, or from your friends, you're going to find it is going to either play havoc with your relationship, or it's going to damage your relationship, or it'll impact you on your relationship in some way, and perhaps on a new one too. Take a look at that. Question your belief systems a bit. Question, do you truly believe in what you are acting out, or what you've been taught, or what you've been told by people? Is that really what you believe? And how is it impacting on your relationships? The next card that comes up is that one of new love. So for a lot of you, there's new love coming into your life this week. If you're in an established partnership or relationship, this could be that you suddenly feel that feeling of love coming up again for your partner. This could be because now you've taken a look at your belief system and realized, but hang on a moment, That was what my parents believed for their relationships, but does it even apply to this day and age? So it could be that shift that's happening. And then for some of you, remember the last few weeks we've had that worth waiting for card? Well, guess what? This week it didn't come up. But the new love card did, so yay! Maybe someone new now finally presents themselves. So, but now be aware of that last card that said your belief system, your ideas. So it could even be that you have a very certain or very strict idea of who this person must be that's coming into your life, and they're not going to be like that. And in that way, you could miss out on an opportunity. That's where that card of missing out on an opportunity comes up as well. So keep a flexible, open mind about this. Question your beliefs, question your thought system when that new person does come into your life. Then I chose another card, and two cards came up. So we're just going to read both of them. Obviously, there were two messages that needed to come through. And this card says that love does not know about yesterday and tomorrow. It is always now. And that really relates to that belief system. So this is saying, do you believe things that are actually applicable to yesterday, but not to now? This is here, this is now. Have a look at what is happening now, because that is what is important. If you were hurt in the past, that is not applicable to now. If you were disappointed in the past, it is not applicable to now. Keep an eye on the thoughts that come into your mind. Then the next card says that sometimes the heart sees what the eyes cannot. This is once again about what we have preconceived ideas about. So your eyes are seeing somebody who doesn't fit into the mold, or someone who's behaving in the way that doesn't fit into your mold. This goes for established relationships and partnerships too, but your heart knows otherwise. Listen to your heart. Okay? Then your final card, your guidance for this week says, conceal ambition with patience until it is time to make your move. So I think this is about tying up those loose ends first this week. Yes, you have a goal in mind. Yes, you would like to launch it now. Wait a little bit. Tie up those loose ends first. That is what is going to be important. Get rid of all those little things on the back burner and that are in your mind. And then when the time is right, you'll know. You'll know when the time is right. Then launch what it is that you want to do. Right, so if you would like a personal or a private reading, then you can contact me at theoracletimes@gmail.com or through the website. You can book a reading through the website, both links, which should be coming up any moment now. You will see there's quite a few options available. I offer subscriptions, single readings. You would also see at the beginning of the video I brought something new and fun and interesting in for those of you that own your own tarot decks. Sort of, we can do a combined reading, the two of us, okay? And they're nice and cheap, so you can do them often when you just feel like sudden off-the-top guidance. So I will send back to you very quickly too. Right, I hope you enjoyed this reading. I think it's a good reading this week. Thank you so much for watching and listening, and we'll speak again soon.